Hello, good afternoon. We were gonna wait 2 more minutes before starting and wait for other participants to join us. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I think we can start now. Okay, do you hear me well? Chantal?
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yes, and all the participants.
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, perfect. Let's start now. Hello, everyone. We are happy and honored to have this time to exchange and share with you. Today, we are gathered around the subject of career management, a subject that concerns all of us. And I think we are at some point in our lives that we are asking this kind of question: how can I have a change in my career? So, before starting, I would like to remind you of a few rules. This session is an interactive exchange between trainers and participants, between you and us. You can ask your questions as you go along. There are no bad questions, it's open. This webinar is yours. It gives you the opportunity to learn, exchange, and pass on your knowledge. Okay? So, I'm going to introduce myself first. I keep the camera on.
Yes, sure. Keep the camera on.
So you will be accompanied by 3 trainers, specifically 2.5, because Chantal is here to share her experience in a moment specifically in the presentation. I will introduce myself first. Ramassal Panjane. I am Human Capital and Training Management at Deloitte, Senegal, since for 1 year. And I will have the opportunity to share my experience with you later. I let Elodie introduce herself.
Thank you, Hama. I'm Elodie Matoko Baku. I am a client and industry leader at Deloitte, Senegal. After 9 years with the audit team. So I'm very pleased to be here today and to share with you some insights about career management, specifically for women in Africa. So this session is going to be divided in 3 parts. First, manage your career. What is it? We're just going to go through the concept. Then what are the challenges that we as women have to face? And then how to report, how to deal with them, how to deal with those challenges. So first of all, what is career management? As we may all already know, managing your career is defining the strategy that will allow you to set the important milestones in your professional development and achieve your goals. In other terms, it's a person's personal journey through her working life. Once you have set your milestone, you can have your objectives determined, and you can go toward them. So when managing your career, it's important to know what's your career plan, to know how to develop your career, and of course, do some self-marketing, some personal branding. We're going to talk about it a little bit later. We also wanted to share with you this quote from Abraham Lincoln. The best way to predict the future is to create it. In other terms, you are the actor of your career, so just go for it. We're gonna go through this career plan and remind a little bit about the background, what can make you rethink your career. It can be a new position, a new possibility, new responsibilities, promotion. You may want to reconvert or have a complete and radical change, or it can also be something in your personal life that makes you rethink your career. Anyway, the objective is of rethinking your career or building, first of all, a career is to make sure you can accomplish yourself. You can develop your potential to the fullest and keep on growing personally and professionally. So many events and other objectives can lead you to, as I say, think about and build your career plan. But how do you prepare a career plan? How can you put all the changes with you to make sure you have the career you want, you desire, you dreamed of, As the French writer Antoine de Saint-Exupéry used to say, any objective without a plan is just a wish. So it is about time to take a step forward in your career. And in addition to a good dose of motivation and ambition, and I'm sure all of you here have that ambition, that motivation, you just need to build your career plan. We'll go now through some stages of the career plan that we are drawing to your attention. It's not a linear path. You can do all the steps in one, and then you have to come back because it's a really interactive activity to think about your career and rethink it and make it a better every time. So in order to realize your dreams for your professional life, you need first to start quite early. You need to work on relationships from university, and then when you are in your company or when you are self-employed. When you're not self-employed or just after university or during the summer, it's important to do internships. It really helps you to get used to the work environment and know actually what you want to do, what you don't want to do. It also maybe it can help you think of actually being self-employed, have your own company, or join a big firm, a small firm. It depends on you. It's not a simply changing jobs for more lucrative or interesting activities. It really is setting goals and action to help achieve your long-term career goal. You then have to specify your route, create your own timeline, depending on your objective is on your personal life also. It's about clarifying your needs, training, take also the time to make a pause, to breathe, to rethink it. And when you are in a work environment, you need to try to delegate, to know how to delegate, to make sure you have also the time to think about yourself. It's really important to get the perspective whenever you can on your career plan. It's important also to have a role model. It helps. We here in Africa now, women, we have a lot of successful women. It can help you when you look into their path and what they've been through. You can reflect on your life and really help you build your plan, of course. And then you have to sell yourself. As we said earlier, personal marketing, personal branding is very important nowadays, and it's something we cannot avoid. Flexibility is obviously required when it comes to planning one's professional future. Your plan is your plan, and it's a dynamic plan. So now we can take a look at some secret ingredients for building a career plan. And I'm letting Rama talk to you about it.
Okay, thank you, Elodie. So, what are the secret ingredients for building a career plan? I think that drawing up a career plan is an excellent way of taking stock of where you stand and identifying where you want to go. It's a kind to make this point. It is essential, first of all, to evaluate yourself by focusing on what differentiates you, your skills, your qualities, and your personality, your preferences, but also on what motivates you, your qualities, assets, and weaknesses. And your professional limit. To do this, you need to know yourself well and take stock of your skills. I share with you the concept of personal brainstorming. It is really simple. When you have to draw to build your career, I think that you can use this kind of topics. Write down all the ideas that go through your head. Then eliminate the ideas that seem bad or unfeasible in your current situation, and you will have a definitive list of your career plan. All that's left for you to do is to find the positions that match your ideas. So let's see, where would you like to go after that? Once you take stock, you can determine where you want to go, thinking about the right careers for you according to your interests, your know-how, and your career path. By trying to define a project for the coming semester or year in order to precisely determine your goals and to highlight the stages of your career plan. And finally, by giving yourself the means and considering the deadlines. When and how will you be able to enter the stage in terms of skills and experience? Or how do you intend to sell yourself and or expand your professional network? And above all, how quickly you can do it. So I think we can share a map. It's a kind of map. You think about the change you think about to build your career, it's time to take action. Specifically, what is take action? At the first time, you can take stock with the wheel of life. I don't know if you know the wheel of life, so I can show you the model here. The principle is simple. It is an exercise is to obtain a clear vision of what is happening in the different parts of your life, work, love, money, family, etc. By organizing them, evaluating them, and in this way, showing you the state of things in a given moment still. Following this inventory, you can easily place your energy where it is important to you and significantly increase your fulfillment. That
It's correct.
what you see above is a common example of the wheel of life, divided into broad categories and life. There is a scoring system behind the use of the wheel, where you simply reflect and rate your level of satisfaction out of 10. So, after driving the wheel of life, you write in a notebook, a simple notebook, get off your wheel, not what you wish to change or improve, write down your priorities. And after that, you identify your talent, what animates you, and that you can put forward. And you build your business model U. The business model U is a kind of business model Canva used in marketing. And let me show you the right model here. So the development of a value proposition and business model is at the heart of companies and strategic thinking. One of the most widely used tools in the entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem is this business model Canva, developed by Alexander Osterwalder. And it permits to allow each person to describe their personal business model and to reflect on its evolution. Let's go back. And to finish, brand yourself, create an image around of the professional that you are, communicating better its value, its skills, and its experiences. First rule, your LinkedIn profile. I don't know if there is, if you have all of you created your LinkedIn profile, but we suggest to begin with this first operation of personal branding.
Yes, thank you, Rama. And now Chantal will also share with us a little bit of her experience. Chantal, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Hi, everyone. I am Chantal Canada. I am 31 years old. I am married and mother of an adorable little girl. I am a manager, consulting and risk advisory at Deloitte. I have 8 years of professional experience, including 7 years in the Big Four and 1 year in a bank. I am passionate about reading, innovation, group discussion to find ideas or solutions to problems. I am passionate about performance improvement in general within organizations. I am Congolese. I have spent all my life in Kinshasa. I am daughter of a university professor who always teaches excellence. So I grew up in a universe where I have no right to make mistakes as the daughter of a very recognized professor here in the DRC. I did biochemistry in high school because I wanted to become a doctor first. But in my last year, just before my baccalaureate, while thinking about my choice of university option, I realized that I was not at all passionate about medicine. It was just a childhood dream. So I turned to economics, referring to my father who followed the same curriculum and who is my role model. and I later obtained my bachelor degree with cum laude in business management. At one point in university, I have observed the difficulties in employment here in the DRC. And I came from a wealthy family, and I understood that I had to fight to have the same opportunities and also give to my children the same opportunities. So I started a career as a banker without thinking too much at first about where it would lead me, because it was important for me to have a job. I started to be interested in the job, but after a year, I realized that I had no passion for the job. There wasn't the same excitement at the beginning, not the same enthusiasm. In short, I didn't see in the face. I am one of those people who can't stand monotony at work. I needed even more challenge, another level of excitement. So I resigned. It was my first job, but I resigned. And by a happy coincidence, I came across the offer of an audit and consultant firm. And then the adventure began. Very exciting. I found myself in my element in the consulting department, the performance improvement department, because you have to be very creative, propose solution, spend time exchanging with clients, innovate, read a lot, in short, my passion. There have been some difficult moments, but I have shown my writing skills, my ability to interact with customers, and then I currently have a LinkedIn where I frequently publish to put my profile forward and ensure my future. I still enjoy the Big Four. For the moment, no questioning on the horizon. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks a lot, Chantal, for sharing your experience with us. I think it helps a lot of our participants to also see what it is in real life, dealing with the career, dealing with choices. So we're gonna go to the second part of our webinar. What are the challenges? We talked about managing your career, but it surely comes with challenges. There are multiple linked to a whole set of stereotypes, prejudices, beliefs, and educational, family, and social stereotypes, whether they are visible, whether there's an unconscious bias. And unfortunately, a lot of them are also unconscious with us, in our mind as women. For example, the jobs that are for men, that we said that are for men, that our parents didn't encourage us to go for them, or we were afraid of not being able to success in those fields, or for example, or other diktats, as we said, about women, especially in Africa. Women, they don't need to go to school. Girls don't need to go to school. Women, they have to take care of the home, the family, the kids, and they don't need a career. Sometimes we decide to shorten our career, or to choose a less paid or less rewarding job, because we believe that our role is in the house, and that we won't be able to take care of our family or our kids if we develop our career. The society is full of discrimination. There's a lot of unemployment, and that doesn't help for sure to develop a proper career. And also the self-marketing. We talked about it earlier. It's important to do personal branding. Hama introduced LinkedIn profiles. We all have LinkedIn profiles now, but it's very important. We tend to believe that building our profile, doing some self-marketing is like self-selling, but it's not exactly the same. Yes, we sell ourselves, but we sell our expertise. We are professionals, and this is what we sell. It's not about selling our personal life. But as a man, a woman is also a professional. And personal branding is about getting people to know your professional skills, your professional path, and your interest. And it helps you connect with other people who share the same interest within the same field. And that's very important to help grow a career. Rama will share with us a little bit of her experience as she made an important decision recently in her career. Rama, please tell us about you.
Thank you, Elodie. I will share with you my experience, specifically in a choice that I made 1 year ago. So Ramasal, I'm married and mother of 3 children. I share with you my vision of the career with the choices I had to make. I'm passionate about cinema. My dream is to assist a super production film shoot. I still believe
That's a
that
nice
it will
dream,
happen.
Rama.
A turning point a year ago when I left my job in France, my life, my home, to return home in Senegal. It was not an easy choice because we know what we are leaving but don't know what we will find. But I took stock, and once this one thing became clear, change had to be made. Adaptation was essential for me and my family. So the society wants me to follow my husband and his career. But in this schema,
It's scary, yeah.
that
This pattern.
my husband left his job to accompany my career. An opportunity presented itself to me in Deloitte, and we built a personal and professional project together. God should not guide our choices. We had made our choice alone. We ignored the opinions and cultural codes in order to move forward. So the career can be a woman's career first with the support of her spouse. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rama, for sharing with us your experience. As you said, it's important to have a plan with your husband. We can all have it together, the career, the family. There is no shame in being a professional and an excellent mom and do everything for the family. In terms of career management in Africa, we also want to point out a little bit the challenges for young people. As you know, half of the population in Africa is probably less than 20 years old. Young people account for 60% of all unemployed Africans, according to the World Bank. And the youth unemployment is very high, and it's even higher in Central Africa, in South Africa, among other. And obviously, young women are young women can feel the pain of unemployment more strongly than young men. And yeah, the AFBD has found that in most and all countries in sub-Saharan Africa and in the north, it is very easy for men to get a job. Alors, though it's very difficult for women with the same skills and the same experience. And we just want to point out this because we believe a lot of women now, young women, they want to build their career themselves. They want to do for themselves. And a lot of them are also self-employed. It's very important for them to know that those challenges, they're real, but they can be faced. And it's very difficult, but it's at the end, they're gonna succeed. It's just about faith and working on their plan, as we also work on our plan. And there's ways to meet these challenges. And the strong word we want to emphasize on is dare. And we believe dare is really the solution to all the challenges we face in our professional life. So I'm gonna let Rama talk a little bit about this before coming back with you.
Thank you, Elodie. So, as you say, the dare is the key word. We are talking about daring to overcome challenges, to surpass them, and to take your career in hand. We illustrate the case of a request for promotion, for example. Women wait for their supervisors sometimes to notice their skills and dedication before offering them their dream job. But companies do not follow this logic at all unless they have a system for detecting high potentials sometimes. It's up to women to take the lead to explicitly ask for promotion. What is daring? So, at first, daring is make yourself stand out. You don't have to wait that other person have to do it. You do it for yourself first. Use the I have achieved. It's personal. And if you are a team player, highlight your team spirit by showing what you bring for the team. Thirdly, project yourself. Express the project you want to implement by explaining the positive impact you would have on the functioning of the company. Fourth, be proactive. Project yourself and find the right moment. Choose the right moment after a success, for example, for yourself or your team. Highlight factual, numerical, or qualitative results. Be precise about what you are asking for. So we see that the keywords which are showing you how to dare and ask for your career, ask for your promotion, and how can we say to catch it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
we would like to share with you
okay.
some success stories of women in Africa. You may already know Aminata Niane. She's a Senegalese engineer and administrator. She was the first managing director of APEX. APEX is for the investment in the country. It's a woman who has established herself in the public sector, very masculine environment, but she really succeeded in making her place and in being known as a real professional woman. We also want to talk about Irene Koki Mutungi, first woman on the African continent to pilot to a Boeing 787 Dreamliner. It's something that she has dreamed of her entire life, and she did everything she could to achieve her dream. And it's also a male sector, but she did succeeded because she believed in her dream. We also have Sivi Malukiza. She's the new the new talent in the agro-industrial in DRC. Our label is made in DRC. She was HR director in several companies, Vodafone, and then she decided to go by herself and be an entrepreneur. So she has a really nice entrepreneurial success story. If you want more information, you can check on the internet. But this is just to say that women can succeed everywhere in male sector or after a good career. You can be entrepreneur. There are many possibilities. We just need to dare try them. We have here Michelle Obama. Everybody knows about Michelle Obama, and she also shared with us some tips on how to reach career goals. First of all, don't be afraid to fail. No one who succeeded didn't fail. They all fail once, twice, 10 times, 100 times before succeeded. But that's what makes it make them very proud of their success. Second, she also talked about abandoning your desire to be a people pleaser. It's very specific to her. She's in the public sector, and she needed to serve the people of the United States. So it depends also on which profile you are. But indeed, if you work for the government, you have to think about the people you serve. It's okay to change your mind. Then it's okay to rethink your career. It's okay to want to develop other skills, but it's important to stay true to yourself, because if you don't love what you do, you can never succeed. You can never be fully accomplished. And seek out a mentor, as we said in the different steps of the career plan. Having a mentor helps a lot. A lot of women are successful, as we saw earlier, and having them as mentor can help you very much uh, um, decide on your career plan and feel very confident in yourself.
So let's talk about how to work on yourself, on myself specifically.
It's very important to know yourself, because it connects directly to your career.
Yeah.
It's just, when we say managing your career plan, it's not just about defining your job, but it's really defining the job that suits you best. And Hama is going to explain how to get to know you better, and that will um, help you think about your career and choosing the right one for you.
Exactly. A professional project must represent you. You have to work on yourself first. It means knowing yourself, turning towards yourself, learning who you are, what you want to turn towards, what makes to turn towards, what makes you vibrate, what inspires you, developing self-awareness. That means knowing yourself. And after that, we think it's really important to be assertive. To be assertive is to develop this kind of competencies, respect yourself and be respected, develop good internal insurance, identify his or her most habitual attitudes, know how to deal with passive, aggressive, and manipulative behavior, communicate effectively. Having self-confidence. You have to feel proud of your achievements and accomplishments and get out of passive positions where you tend to wait for others to take on the exploits and successes. Asserting yourself, it's very, very important. And the last one is having an ambition. It's, um, uh, it's nourishing his longing to possess something, to achieve, to do something for that, being in a perpetual dynamic and trying to find new goals. So here are the how can I say, ingredients to work on yourself. It's important to know yourself, to be assertive, having self-confidence, and having an ambition. Let me do an experience. I don't know if you have done this kind of tests, profiling tests, but I want to share with you the DISC test. It means the four color profiles. Here it's in French. Let me show you in English. Perfect. In this test, we have four colors. Can you react in the chat room if you have still had this kind of test before?
And if you ever had this kind of test, did it help you grow in your career? Could you use these insights for in your work life? Oh, Gracia is saying yes, you had. Thank you, Gracia. And Gracia, can you comment? Did it help you grow your career? Is it something that you regularly do to get to know you better? I see a lot of people, a lot of you, sorry, I've never used this. So Hama is gonna explain a little bit how it works, and getting to know your profile, knowing your profile is important. Most of all, to interact with other people at work, and knowing what you can do, what you cannot do. So in terms of thinking your career, you won't go into paths that are not for you.
Exactly.
Okay, that's great. Exactly, Gracia. It's about knowing your strengths and your weaknesses and applying them to your work life.
It's a plan. It's divided in 4 colors. The red one is dominant, fiery red. It shows a personality which is focused on competitivity, demanding, determined, strong-willed, purposeful. And the other one is the yellow sunshine, sociable, dynamic, demonstrative, enthusiastic, persuasive. And the earth greens show personality which are caring, encouraging, sharing, patient, relaxed. And the last one is the blue, which are formal, questioning, deliberate, precise, cautious. So let's do a test, an exercise for finding your colors. So you have an appointment with a friend, caught in traffic. You arrive an hour and a half late without having been able to warn him. Your friend, who is very particular about the time, approaches with a furious look on his face. So, what is your reaction? Takes few seconds and think about your reaction with this friend. He's furious, and you are late. You are really late. And what is your reaction?
It's really a simple exercise to see where you are on this 4-color disc. I see Sandra Kabiru is told us that she already took it and it helped her when relating with colleagues. Exactly. Most of the time, that's why we use those tests in team buildings, in management team buildings, especially because at high levels, it's very important to know the profiles of your colleague, of your managers. And when you are a managing director, it helps you know how to put people together or not together, in the sense of getting the best outcome.
Exact. Thank you, Elodie.
Thank you, Fiona. Sorry. Thank you, Fiona.
Think about your reaction. If you say you will never guess what happened to me, a truck lost its load on the road, baby pours beers on their way to the ice pack. It's just an example. It shows that the yellow profile is in the details, want to apologize about this situation, and often he talks a lot. Yellow profile. And the red profiles, you walk forward looking as furious as he does, and you say, I've been waiting for you for an hour. Where have you been? Straight to the point. The blue profile, you understand that he's angry because you yourself are usually very punctual. You shake his hand and ask, how long have you been waiting? And the green profile, you let your friend blame himself by telling you stoically that the storm will soon be over. And you have a specific reaction in this situation, and it can show you in which colors you are attached.
Exactly. Thank you, Hama. And as I see in the comments, those who had a chance to take this DISC test really know how it helped them. I see Gracia said it energizes her, and that she took a step and sign with a career coach. That's also a very good idea. When you can have a coach, do not hesitate. It helps a lot rethinking the career, building your self-confidence, knowing where you go. It's never a bad idea to get help from that's really his job to make you go through all these tests, getting to know you better, and just eventually having the job of your dream. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating in this exercise with Rama on the profile for color.
Thank you. Thank you. So it was just a test for you and to show you that you have to know yourself at first.
So some golden rules about meeting those challenges. It's a lot about what we already said earlier, but let me just come again with that. First of all, don't feel guilty anymore. Second, define your self limits to not be crossed, meaning you know where you want to go and you know what you can do and what you cannot never do to help your career. Rule number three, define your priorities. It will help you see clearer and really work on them. Rule number four, know what you want and ask for what you want. Never be scared to ask for what you want. That's rule actually number five, dare to ask for what you want. And rule number six, take some time for you. Thinking about your career, building a career, rethinking your career, it's not something that you do overnight. It's something that you need really to uh, to have a little time to breathe and to work on. You know, it's like all those tests. It's really important to be in a moment when you can think of yourself away from your spouse, your kids, your work. Just take some hours to yourself, some me time, uh, and that will help you a lot. Unfortunately, that's something we don't do often because we are overwhelmed with all our life, family life, working life. Mm, my only advice is really take time to think about you. That helps build assertiveness. That helps build your confidence and really go much stronger and in a rapid way towards your goals.
Perfect.
This is another philosophy that you can use to get to know yourself. I personally used it. It's the ikigai. It's from Japan, and especially from a place where people can reach 100 years old. Uh, and the four components of this philosophy is first to define what you like, what makes you feel good, what motivates you in the morning. Second, what the world needs, meaning what you can bring to the world. And then what you're good at. It means your skills. Are you good at painting? Are you good at training, cooking, whatever? And then what you can do to be paid, uh, what work can you do to be paid? And that's important. When you know those four components, probably some of you already uh, went through the ikigai. I did myself, and really that enlightens me. It doesn't. It just show what I already know, but what I kind of put back in my head, and I wasn't working on me. Um, when as I said earlier at the beginning of this webinar, I made a pretty radical career change in 2019 when I became business development manager after 9 years in audit. I wanted a change, though I remained consistent with my skills and my personality. And I discovered the Ikigai during a team building too. And I decided to buy the book and do it by myself. I took the time to think about me. It was long. It took almost a month. Um, when I had from time to time to walk through the book, and I wasn't surprised by the result, but it comforted me a lot because it made really the link between who I am, my personality, my path, and it also oriented me towards the future, my future. And I'm a fan of bullet journaling, though I started not that long ago. And every month I set myself some small personal and professional goals. I write them down in my bullet journal, and I link them to my ikigai, and that helped me see how I evolve, if I'm going towards it, uh, if I'm getting lost somehow. uh, and really I can feel that I'm more accomplished because I'm trying to get close to actually gives sense to my life. That's the ikigai, how to not how to but knowing what gives sense to your life. And what could be awesome is that what gives sense to your life is what pays you, what you're good at, is what the world needs. Sometimes we don't have all in one, but I think it's very important to work towards that, toward giving the best sense in your life, professional and personal life. Thank you, Hama.
Thank you very much, Elodie. So we are at the end of the webinar. We have some questions. No, some reactions specifically. Um, I think we want to give you our last message is to learn and to persevere in the face of obstacles is a really asset in today's labor market. Perseverance at work as well as in life and studies leads to success. It's our main message during this webinar, labor and perseverance. I think Elodie is exactly
We are on the same
same line.
page. Yeah, it's just what I want to add is that you can be an exceptional woman, an excellent mom, an excellent wife, and an excellent professional. It's all about you. We can be all that. It's about what we want and how we balance our life, our personal, professional life. No one can dictate that. And it's not easy, I know, especially in Africa, where men think that women are inferior, they don't deserve the best jobs, the best of everything. But it's totally wrong, and I encourage you to work on yourself, to know yourself, and to choose your career path, to be aligned with it and with your family goals, with your family life. It's the most important thing to be accomplished. I believe a lot of women are not accomplished because they go by all those biases that are that are preserving in Africa, and that makes them very unhappy, very unsuccessful. But it's not about other people. It's really about taking a chance for us in life, and I really encourage you to do so. Um, I was very pleased to host this webinar with Hama.
Thank you.
We took a long time to prepare it, to get to know what messages we could deliver here. But yes, dare, persevere, and work hard. Work hard, always pay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I just want to answer to BK. How do we keep the motivation despite the challenges? Benedict, I think it is important to keep in mind your goal and to motivate yourself through perseverance, as we say. And I think we owe it to ourselves to surpass them. We have many challenges. We have seen it in the presentation. I think it's a mindset. We need to have to build our career, to have a goal, and to work on ourselves. And at first, we do it for us, just for us. And I think we can go to take the motivation deeply in our person. Okay. Thank you. You are asking if you can have the presentation.
We will
Support.
share. We will share a summary of the slides. The Women in Africa team will take care of it. Don't worry. And we can access the video also online on the WIA website. So you can watch it again. Thank you for all your nice comments. And we were very pleased to interact with you on our LinkedIn profile. Do not hesitate to add us and to talk with us whenever. We'll be pleased to give you the advice and more information about what we talked about today. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So let's create a profile, your
On
personal
LinkedIn.
branding in LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's your next step.
Your next step.
And I'm sorry, Josiane, you said you wrote a question. Should I consider that my personal humankind can be marketed like a product or service? And if yes, what is the strategy to market for myself? As I said earlier, you're not a product or a service, but you are a professional. And yes, you have to market your professional and your skills. That's very important. The strategy to market yourself, it's just a summary of all we said earlier. First, get to know yourself. Define your career plan. Define where you want to go. And depending on your objective, you know what are the next steps. So you have to always present yourself and market yourself in relation to that goal. There's no specifically a strategy, or it really depends on your field of work and where you want to go. But just if you're led by your goals and your objectives, you will know how to market yourself very well. And you can start first by having a very good LinkedIn profile.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I will do it right now, Josiane. I appreciate.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Good evening.
Good evening too.